Do we want to do a bit of wrestling news?
Yeah, well, we have some breaking news, actually, is that everyone's favorite rapper going to be on WrestleMania. Yes.
Me?
Not only Pitbull.
Dolly.
Flo Rida.
What's up, baby, come right in.
Is that Flo Rida?
Welcome to my house, baby.
Man, last year we got in the car, like literally the guys picked me up from the airport, and that song came on. We're like, yeah, all right, fucking WrestleMania. You know, we don't like Flo Rida, but whatever. It's a catchy song. Fuck, we were sick of that song by the end of the weekend because it's like there's people just like marks, like just blaring it on the street on their way to Access. Okay. It's on the radio a lot because it was also a new release, and then of course WWE plays it 7 million times during the broadcast.
Yeah. Pitbull, Flo Rida, and Lunch Money Lewis, who looks like he's been through a few lunch boxes. Their song "Green Light," show me the green light, I'm ready to go, is the official theme of WrestleMania. So they are going to be there to have a little sing song. As noted, Tanash, I hope I'm saying that right, is going to sing "America the Beautiful." And
I have no fucking clue who that is.
And the world's biggest celebrity is going to appear as well. That's right. Al Roker from the Today Show. John Cena was on the Today Show this morning where he invited Al Roker to be the guest ring announcer for Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice.
God.
Hopefully that was in jest, but you know how celebrity desperate they are, so expect him to show up.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look, the Shaq thing shows how desperate they are. With the whole Shaq back and forth, like, will he, won't he show up? Is the match happening? Like, at no point did anyone stop and say this is Shaq. And it's like it's not like it's 1996. It's like people aren't, I don't think, amazed at the prospect of Shaq doing WrestleMania.
Well, Shaq is still on TV. Shaq does the
but that's exactly what I'm saying. He's like a fat analyst on ESPN. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like he's an athlete in the prime of his career.
Yeah, imagine if they came for SummerSlam to London, or you know, Manchester, or whatever, and then the big celeb guest was Jamie Redknapp.
I thought you were gonna say Ricky Hatton, and like that happened already.
Well, Ricky Hatton is a nobody nowadays. He doesn't do anything. Yeah, anyway, that's your WrestleMania celebrity update.
Nobody's showing up to WrestleMania other than the nobody's actually wrestling on WrestleMania. Boom.
But anyway, the news of the week. First of all, Jan Ross, the wife of Jim Ross, sadly was killed in a
car accident.
Yeah, she was on her Vespa apparently and was struck and was killed.
And it was very sad, obviously, that she passed away, but also it's just like such unusual circumstances, you know. Very, very sad. And I mean, there would be times when JR would mention her, like on the broadcast, you know, lovingly talking about his wife, you know, kicking his ass if he did something, and you know, he always spoke very nicely about her, and obviously when she was in a bad way, and when she passed, he talked about how supportive she was of him, which really is saying something, because anyone in wrestling who has a wife for that long, I mean, that is a tough business to stay married in. Especially, I mean, he also had, obviously, you know, he's had his Bell's palsy issues, and like his job aggravated that in a lot of ways because it's so stressful. It seemed like they were obviously very, very in love, as you would imagine. Very sad, very, very sad.
In unconnected news, so nothing to do with that. Remember, Vince McMahon did crash his car.
Yeah. And did you see? I don't know if you saw like the same like Twitter post I did.
I assume the little photo of him sadly walking away from it.
Yeah, it was like this is the most pathetic I've ever seen Vince McMahon ever, hobbling away. Like he looked like a lost old man with, like, I don't want to like name drop a horrible disease, but he looked like he had no clue where he was. You know what I mean? And what was he wearing? He was wearing like tracksuit pants. He looked like me when I'm hungover. Bleary-eyed, lost. You know, looked like he smelled.
Alberto Del Rio, by the way, has just posted a photo to Instagram. I want to read the caption. It's himself and Paige in the photo. He says, I'm gonna quote this verbatim, so excuse the English, but he says, "I doesn't matter how many times you try to break us, is not gonna happen. We were harassed by a company, we still are, 'cause you don't fool me, MFs. I know I was you trying to destroy us, destroy my baby. She's better, stronger than all of you, pieces of," and then the shit emoji. "We are getting married Wednesday. Have a nice." And go and F yourself, hatters. So that's the official.
What is he like suggesting? WWE conspired against him.
I think so. He says, well, let me paraphrase. He says, "I know it was you trying to destroy us. We were harassed by a company. We still are. Because you don't fool me."
To be fair, I think it was public knowledge, and everyone agreed that they were trying to like break them up when they were both company. Like they drafted them, they put them on separate tours, I believe they said, and blah blah blah. But they still are I will fully admit I am deliberately like reading way too much into this. Is he trying to suggest like they were involved in the news scandal or something?
That's what I inferred from it, because the timing is conspicuous, right?
I mean that's I mean, if that's not what he's trying to say, then he's being very inflammatory. If that's not what he's... Now, to be fair, he could also be dealing with WWE bullshit in a completely different capacity. You know what I mean? Like maybe they've been sending letters saying this is a terrible situation for us, and we would, we'd like you to handle it. They are shitheads. Don't get me wrong. So maybe he's not implying that, because I'm pretty sure there was a number of non-wrestling people implicated in the league. So maybe he's not saying that, but I've no problem at all believing they're still being pricks to him. But that relationship just... I feel bad judging it, because like everyone in the world is like, oh, what a terrible relationship. They're bad for each other. It's like, we don't know. Obviously, we don't know what their lives are like. But it's just, I mean, look, he does things like that, right? And it just comes off so bad. So I guess I hope they live stream the wedding for Combates America or wherever the fuck that company.
Impact.
Oh, Impact! Yeah, they can do it on Impact. Yeah. Paige is in such a weird spot right now, because it was like before the tape, you already kind of assumed she was on her way out of the company. I mean, as we talked about last week, I mean, in some ways the tape might kind of save her, because you don't want to fire someone who just had their privacy invaded. But like with the movie coming out and everything, it's just odd. It's just an odd... That relationship is just very, very weird. There's your now weekly Paige El Patron, which I believe is going to be her married name once it's all signed and sealed.
Paige El Patron. That'd be great.
Yeah.
It would have to be Patrona, surely, or something, wouldn't it?
Expecto El Patron.
La Patrona.
Paige La Patrona. There you
go. What else was in the Nizus?
Well, what the fuck is the WOS stand for again? World of Sport.
World of Sport.
I was like resting on Saturday. What?
Well,
that's what they should.
In a way, yes.
World of Sport on ITV is officially a go-go. Confirmed, commissioned for a couple of weeks with Impact as a partner, or as some kind of associate with the product.
Yeah, they have not. I mean, they had a press conference today, and to my knowledge, they did not specify what exactly Jeff Jarrett's bringing to the table here. I guess talent sharing, UK touring for TNA. I mean, I don't really know.
Gold.
Old. But like I don't want to be too harshly, comically over the top critical of TNA, but well, fair enough. Yeah, fuck it.
Why are they involved? They've done nothing but fail for a decade. God.
2 decades.
ITV. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, look, was the Christmas thing like a home run success that I was sure was going to be a huge success? No, but like I would love for this to have been someone other than TNA and WWE getting a television deal and just having Jarrett involved. It's just the interest and my confidence in it just goes through the floor. I mean, it's just it's a bummer, but look, at least it's happening like in some capacity, and it does seem to still be mainly focused on the crew they had for Christmas. So
yeah,
you had your Grado back, you had your I'm sure Viper will be back in some capacity. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. It's also, interestingly enough, it's going to be Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
So I was already going to be limited in terms of what it could do on ITV, but on the mornings, I imagine this is going to be a fairly, this is going to be Saturday morning slam, I think.
It'd be SMTV Live-esque stuff. If anyone remembers that.
This is what Joe's license fee is going on, by the way.
Wrestling.
Doesn't go on ITV.
Does it not?
That's just adverts.
Oh, okay.
And then final news story, leading into our WrestleMania preview, is that Jim Cornette is going to induct the Midnight Express into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and I saw people talking about, how hell froze over. It's like, yeah, a carny wrestling person took some money. Wow.
I'm more surprised that WWE would want to associate with him.
Yeah,
to be honest,
that's what surprised me.
I think they don't give as much of a fuck as he does. I think no one gives as much of a fuck about things as Jim Cornette does about things he's angry about. Like I would always assume he was the one being a bitter old fuck about it. WWE's in bridge building mode, rather.
Well, I mean specifically to do with his comments about Muslims about a year ago. That kind of stuff.
See that selfie they took with Donald Trump?
Linda McMahon's in the cabinet.
Linda McMahon's in their cabinet.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
If anything, because despite all that, Cornette is vehemently anti-Trump. So if anything, his anti-Trumpness probably stands against him getting back. But yeah, look, whatever. It's wrestling. I mean, don't ever be surprised when people squash the beef, especially when there's, the Hall of Fame is just a big ticket-selling fucking gimmick. So
they'll probably have a fucking Jim Cornette trophy in 2 years' time that they give out to.
They'll have a Botchamania-esque Jim Cornette face T-shirt.
I hate it. Yeah, just a little bust of his Cornette face. So is he in the Hall of Fame? By the way, is he in their Hall of Fame?
I don't think so.
I know he's in the Observer one, obviously. Got to protect your sources. Come over. But yeah. So if he's not in, then this is presumably the olive branch.
Yeah, this will be the catalyst for him ending up in it.
And they're Southern next year again, right? They're in New Orleans, so they could leverage that a little bit and put him in next year. So yeah, whatever. Fair play to him. I'm sure. Look, I don't like Cornette. I think he says and does a lot of gross things, but that would be a good speech.
Maybe when Cornette goes in, they can get Santino Marella to induct them. A decent man a slap on my face when I do not laugh at the boogeyman.
No, he did laugh at the boogeyman.
Oh yes, I have a bad memory.
Don't laugh at the boogeyman.
It's the one at time in Ohio Valley.
Anyway.
I love, and by love I mean hate, when they used to have Santino do his talking head documentary bits in his Santino voice.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird when you hear him speak with his real voice now. It's close, but it's odd.
No cigar. Yeah.
Close but no cigar. Exactly. Scott Hall was smoking a cigar.
As we say back in Italy.
He's close with no Cesaro.
Ha